are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. 'Cause baby girl, you are so easily pretty. The only reason that I can do tonight is 'cause I'm...
Hello everyone, welcome back to Julie Jules World. And today I'm going to bring you a tutorial of this mini backpack. This is how it's going to look. Super cute, I love it. Let me open it up. And what I love about this, then it have two buttons that open up to give it more room so you can put your stuff inside of there. Super cute. I have my planner in here and I made a mini backpack that matches it. So cute. That stores my pens and notepads, different things. So super cute. And this is inside. If you want to close it up, it just buttons up like that. This side buttons up, so it can have that shape of a book bag. And the back looks. So you're gonna get your two fabrics. You're gonna flip it on the wrong side. Cut yourself out some interfacing. Cut your interfacing. Just 1 centimeter you're gonna cut from the top. Do that for both of these. And you're gonna get your other fabric, and then you're gonna place your interfacing on there as well. And we're gonna go to the iron and iron these on. Okay, you should now have interfacing in all three materials. Okay, let's go ahead and put those aside. Go ahead and work on our pleats. You're gonna have to curve the corners of these. On the 20 centimeter section, you're gonna curve it. You're gonna cut that out. Lining, and this is our outer fabric. I'm gonna flip that over and we're gonna place that on top of there. I went ahead and put a tag. If anyone is interested in putting a tag on here, 3.5 centimeters up, and then center your tag. But yes, once that's finished, let's go ahead and get our lining, and we're gonna place that on top of the lining, making sure the right side touching each other. And that in place, you machine, and then you're gonna start from here, so all the way, just going down those lines, just the shape of the interfacing, just go all the way around, and then come back and stop right there. Okay, go ahead and cut the corners. Go to the iron and iron this out. And go to machine, and we're gonna sew all the way around one more time. You should now have the flap sewn all the way around. Let's put that aside. Let's get our other fabric. We're gonna take it and we're gonna fold that in half. Then we're gonna mark the center. Let's mark the center at the top. Place our webbing from the center. We're just gonna lay it right about right here. See where the mark is at? The mark is right there, right next to that mark. Then you're gonna fold it up again. You're gonna pin that in place. Take our other webbing and we're gonna place it right beside that. Do the same for the other one as well. Once you finish pinning the top part, we're gonna mark the bottoms. You're gonna come over 6.5 centimeters and 6.5 centimeters over. Mark it. And place, making sure it sits evenly. Okay, you don't want to be twisted up. Cause this piece right down here like that. And that in place. So the line is right here, and then you're gonna push it over, and then you do the same thing for the other side. And once you have that done, one more step. We're gonna put our flap, fold it in half, and make sure we get the center. and we're gonna place that. This part here, gonna be touching this right side together. Make sure it lines up with the center of the mark that we have right there. And then you're gonna pin that down. Just lift those pins up that we already pinned down. Make sure this piece right here, the one that has the 1 centimeter that we cut off from the interfacing, make sure all this stuff is sitting at the top. Okay, it needs to be at the top of this. So you're gonna go to machine and you're gonna sew straight over here. So right here and right here. Okay, once you're done, it should now look like that. Should have these all sewn in place. Get our other fabric, fold that in half. Make sure we get the center, mark it, line it up with the mark that we already did for this one here. And we make sure we center it up, and then we're gonna flip that over. Pin that in place, so right down here. You should now have that on there. Okay, let's go ahead and get our other outer fabric. Make sure you fold it in half and find the center and mark it. So we're gonna be attaching this to this as well. And so we're gonna take that and make sure this is center, right? And we're gonna place that right down on the bottom here. Make sure this part is up. I'm gonna pin that in place. Okay, and you're gonna flip that over in the machine. Just gonna sew that right there. Okay, it should now have it sewn onto there. So let's go ahead and fold this up, making sure everything sits inside over everything, and move that over. Line everything up with these two corners. We're gonna line up. And so all the way down here. Okay, you should now have the two sides sewn. And now we're going to take the bottom and we're going to fold that up. Make sure we center it. Do the same thing for the other side. Go to the machine and then you're going to sew right here. And you're going to sew right here. Okay, you should now have it sewn, both corners. So let's go ahead and put that aside. Let's get our other fabric, which is our lining, folding this over. A piece of cardstock paper that measured 5 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Just like this, the way I have it, we're gonna place it right at the bottom here. Cut that out. You're gonna be needing a gap right here, 10 centimeter gap from the top, and then stop right there at the mark, and then jump down, and then start right here at this mark and come down and sew right there, and then sew all the way down here. Now have it sewn right there. You should have a gap right here. Let's go ahead and do the corners like we did for the other one. We fold it up. We're gonna sew all the way across there, and we're gonna sew all the way over here. Okay, you should now have this sewn, both of these. Let's go ahead and flip that. Get our lining, and we're gonna place this inside of here, okay? And tuck everything inside. The lines are touching each other, and pin that in place. Same thing for the other side as well. Sew from the inside here. This is why the line is there, so it can guide us. We're going to sew right on top of that line, going all the way around. You now have it sewn all the way around. That we have, go ahead and pull that through. Just turn it inside out. We have to close this gap right there. Okay, you should now have gap sewn. So let's go ahead and tuck that in. Okay, you can go to the iron and iron this down. And we're gonna be going to the machine one more time. And we're gonna sew all the way around. So when you sew at the back of here, make sure this is up, sitting up, and these two are laying downward, flat, this way, and it's gonna be in that position. So when you sew, you're gonna sew all the way around, straight over here, and then come all the way around and go straight over here. So now look like this. Let's go ahead and put our buttons, and then we are finished. Sure, both of them are touching the line, and then from there we're gonna mark over 3.5 centimeters on each section. Then from that 3.5 centimeters that we marked, we're gonna drop down from that line 1.5 centimeter. Okay, and then we're gonna mark that right there, because that's where we're gonna be putting our buttons. The same thing with this one too. We're gonna get our owl. You can pin that down so it won't come out of place. Same mark that we made, you put a hole right through both of them. You're gonna do the same thing for this one here as well. You're gonna get your buttons. I'm gonna put that in there. This one here as well. And we're gonna place it right on top of there. Get your tool and then put that in place. Once you do that, you're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Repeat the same thing. Okay, now you should have ones that look like this. That. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the back. The flat one, the flat end, we will put inside of here. Push it through, and then we're gonna get our other snap button, and we're gonna set that in place, okay? And then you do the same thing for the other side as well. Now have your buttons in place. Push those two together and snap that in. Same thing the other side. So we're gonna place our buttons on the flap now. So find the center, 2.5 centimeters up. You're going to mark that and put your buttons in there. Okay, you should now have your button. Other buttons in there. We're just gonna fold this down, kind of leave a little bit of room at the top. I just center it, make sure it's centered. Basically, we're just gonna eyeball it, and then I press that down, and you mark that 9.5 centimeter down. Buttons in place. It's beautiful. I love it. That's it for our tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, please. It helps my channel tremendously, and you will definitely see me in my next video. Bye, my YouTubers.